everybody. Hi. All right, so we'll just wait a couple minutes so we get some people on here. Hi there. My name is Kelly Dunlap. Hi there. Hi, Lauren. Hi. My name is Kelly Dunlap. I am a Purple Status Unique Presenter. Hi, Jamie. Hi, guys. Thought I would hop on this morning, or this afternoon actually. Wasn't able to hop on this morning like I usually do. I wanted to, to give a couple of tips and hope that that I could maybe reach somebody today. Hi, Sherby. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining. I wasn't able to do my workout today. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but for those of you that are just joining for the first time, my name is Kelly Dunlap. I am a retired personal trainer, and I'm a unique Purple Status presenter, and I'm sharing that with you because I was in the fitness industry for almost 25 years, and it is a huge passion of mine, and now I'm able to give my passion for free. I'm able to share, and I'm able to help. Hi there, how are you? Hi! So I'm able to share and help people and just help serve, you know, and selling Unique, or actually being a part of Unique, I don't like to call it selling, but Unique has really changed my life. And if you're not familiar with what Unique is an international cosmetics company. So anyway, exactly, sharing is caring. So welcome, guys. Okay. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and welcome rebroadcasters, by the way, and also, guys, if you feel that you have somebody that could learn from this scope, or could be, I feel like I'm washed out a little bit or blown out a little bit on my lighting, that could benefit or learn from the scope, please share. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so one of the biggest things that I wanted to talk about today was I hear oftentimes that people say, well, I would love to get in shape, but I just don't know where to start. They feel overwhelmed because they feel like they have to buy a gym membership and they have to do this and that all the bells and whistles and that it has to be some big fancy thing, or that I used to always hear, well, I got to hire a trainer to get in shape, or you know what I'm saying? It just crazy things, or I need to get in shape before I hire a trainer. I've heard that one too. So what I'm here to share with you is three things. First is your mindset. Is that you have to make the commitment that if you are starting something, that you stick it out even when things get overwhelming, you feel like this isn't working, or oh man, forget this, why am I even bothering? You know what, let me make sure I put my phone on do not disturb. Okay, I just realized the time. My husband will probably call during his break. Okay, so your mindset is a big thing. You have to make the shift. And the mindset, you know, if you listen to, sometimes I talk about this before in other scopes about the negative thoughts, because those suckers, you know, those thoughts will come in and really try to, you know, damage your dreams, and you have to squash those. I always say, look to the left and squash. For some reason, I always look to the left when I hear negative thoughts, so that's why I always say that. So everybody that knows that I look to the left. And you know that you are going to hit plateaus. And you also have to make the shift with your mindset with food. The relationship with food is huge. You have to make a shift that food is fuel. It's not something that is enjoyment. So, for example, my bestie Westie, Heather Hermes, and I'm not sure if she's on here right now, but if she isn't, make sure you guys follow her. We, you know, are partners in this business, and what we try to come up with a lot of times are things that we can do with our team that does not involve food and drinking. Because a lot of times what happens when people want to celebrate, what happens, it's either at a bar or a restaurant. So there's always temptation and things like that. You always have to make sure that you are setting yourself up, that you are surrounding yourself by people that are going to accept where you are at and what you want to do with yourself. You want to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people that are going to say, you know what, I totally respect you, and I am so proud of you, and good for you. Not the one that says, God, why are you being such a stick in the mud? You know, you're going to get those. You're going to get those people that want to drag you down the other path. So you have to be very careful. So when you're trying to make positive changes in your life, just make sure that you speak to these people and let them know, this is what I'm focusing on right now. I am going to engage a little less in these activities, and doesn't mean that we can't hang out or anything, but I'm just going to let you know that I have to, restructure my life a little bit because I want to make a change, okay? Before it's too late, because I'm telling you, I like to have a good time. Everybody knows that about me. And before you know it, you wake up the next day and you're like, who is that? A couple weeks later, like, oh my God, you end up wearing your bad decisions on your face. I know I do. And my waistline, Those of you that have been working out with me on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you heard me all summer say, my summertime good time is starting to show up on my waistline. So now I find myself, that I am trying to reverse some of those decisions that I had made over the summertime, which is okay. You have to have fun. You have to enjoy your life. And that's another thing too, is that I think a lot of times people think, well, if I get in shape, I can't have this, I can't have that, or if I'm trying to lose weight, it's all or nothing. And then what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for failure, because you're going to feel like you are being deprived, and you do not want to do that. You just have to make sure that you have a plan of action. So for example, if you know that you have a party that's coming up, in moderation, yes. If you have a party or something that is coming up on the weekend, well, then you make adjustments throughout the week. And then on the next day, the day after, you make sure that you are hydrating, that you may have to exercise just a little bit harder the next day. And I'm definitely somebody that doesn't encourage out exercising a bad diet. I'm not saying that, but I am somebody that does say, hey, if you want to have an extra cocktail or have some mashed potatoes or whatever your favorite indulgence may be, then you might have to put in a little bit of extra time the day of and the day after. It just is what it is. Okay. So mindset is huge. I could go on and on and on about that one. Okay. The next one is, I think a lot of times people think that they need to have a gym membership in order to get in shape. Not the case. The gym door is a very heavy door to open for most people. People feel intimidated. They feel embarrassed. They feel just uncomfortable. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to a gym. What I'm saying is that you don't need to start at a gym. You can start at home. You can start with me. I do exercises. I do workouts every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5:30 a.m. If you're not up at that time, no problem. You can just go to catch.me and you can find all of my workouts there. They're all archived. So you start at home, 30 minutes a day, start with 1 day a week, then go to 2, then go to 3, then maybe go to 5. And then once you start getting your strength built up, or your confidence and your fire is lit, because that's all it takes, is getting that fire lit. Then you start craving it. You want it. Just like my workout this morning, I missed it because my son had his tonsils out, and he's actually doing quite well, but he had me up really, really early, and oh my gosh, I felt terrible at 5 a.m. when my alarm clock went off, because I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way. Usually, like my best friend always says, the first 3 minutes are the toughest, and then you're fine. And she is so right on that. So I waited my 3 minutes, and I was like, I still feel like shit. Excuse my language. So I was just tired, and I have to listen to my body. And I did not want to deliver something that was not my best. I don't want to cut corners, just like we talked about before in my prior scopes, that you want to be a person of excellence and you want to give your best. So what I'm going to do after the scope is I'm going to hop on and do my 30-minute workout. So if you are available, I would love to. Oh, you do? Oh, honey. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. If you are available, hop on with me after the scope. I'll wait probably 5 or 10 minutes. You can throw on some quick workout clothes and your tennis shoes, and you can work out with me, or maybe you could do it later. But with regard to, if you feel like people are staring at you, that's a very common feeling when you go to the gym. It's very common. But you know what you do? You just get in the zone. You put in your, oh, awesome, yay! You put in your headphones and you just stay focused. You stay focused. Absolutely. You stay focused on your goals. And another thing too, you guys, make sure that you have your goals on paper, or you have that image. We talked about that before. You have an image of something of your where you were physically before. Attach yourself to that feeling that you had once had, okay? So you do not need to start with the gym. You do not have to have heavy weights and crazy machines to have an effective workout. Your own body weight is the best, most effective weight that you could use. And that's what most of my workouts are. And I generally use light weights. Oh, there's Bella girl. No one can see you in your house. Exactly. Aw. So if you use light weights, you guys, it's just all about fatiguing the muscle. And the bottom line is, it's whether you get there doing 8 reps with heavy weights or you do 30 some reps with lighter weights. It's the bottom line. You're going towards the same goal. I just think that there's a lot of misconception out there that people feel that they have to have all these tools and equipment, and that you have to have a crazy diet and blah blah blah. You know, don't mind. I mean, hold on, through a second. Awesome. It's not easy, huh? Well, I'm guessing maybe it's not easy for a couple of reasons. That there might be some discomfort coming up because you're used to, eating maybe like when you're not thinking, that subconscious kind of grabbing. But I'm proud of you for doing it. You're going to feel so much better. The energy is going to go through the roof. So back to what I was saying is that there are a lot of misconceptions out there. And I think that a lot of people think like, well, if I can't do that, so forget it. I'm not going to do it. But I'm telling you, I promise, if you just get your body moving, the bottom line is you're going to feel better first. That's the first thing that's going to happen. You're going to feel better, and then you're going to start noticing some changes yourself. Then everybody will start noticing some changes. They're going to notice a little extra pep in your step. They're going to notice that you're glowing a little bit more. They might even notice a few extra pounds that you had lost. And remember, I always tell you guys is that weight loss is a symptom of your changing of your habits, meaning regular exercise and your eating. Exactly. Okay, so now I want to talk about different types of workouts. You have to, if you're just starting out, or even if you are somebody that is a veteran of, you have to find things that you enjoy, and you have to be willing to try different things. Exercise needs to be fun. It needs to be something that you are excited to do. There are some times I'm like, oh my God, but I have to do this. Just kind of like in my scope, sometimes I talk about how if I do a pyramiding workout, it's really not all that much fun, but it's necessary because we have to do the strength training. Okay. So you are going to have a little bit of that, but the majority of your exercise, you, need to make sure that you are doing something different. Try yoga, try a Zumba class, try a step class, there's all kinds of different things. Try a jazz class. There's all kinds of things that you can try. Cycling, things like that. And I'm going to tell you, I love cycling. You want to know why? Because there is nothing more effective for the thighs, the abs, yes, especially if you're clipping shoes. If you find that you like spinning, I know the first thing you're going to say is, but it hurts my butt. Yes, it will at first, but you have to be consistent and it will go away. It'll subside, but you'll notice a big difference with that. So, lastly, what I want to talk about is, well, there's actually 2 things. You need to, this video, I know, just try and find one in the area. Reevaluate your diet. That's huge because you are what you eat, literally, and you crave what you eat. So if somebody says to me, oh, I just crave sweets, well, the first question that I ask them is, well, I need you to write down what you eat generally on a day-to-day basis. And usually it's loaded with a lot of carbs and sweets and things like that. So you crave what you eat, so keep that in mind. I recommend doing a diary, like a food log, for a few days or a week, and I promise you, you're going to have some aha moments. You're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't realize I was eating that much. And then also too, like I'm trying to teach my 10-year-old serving sizes. So he will literally pour himself a bowl of cereal, and we're talking, he fills the whole darn thing up to the top, and I'm like, no, Colin, that's like 4 servings, maybe 5. So then I'll get the measuring cup, and we'll get another bowl and say, okay, this is a serving, and I teach him on the back of the package, this is a serving, and this is what you should be eating. So having that visual is helpful too. Just like I love crunchy, salty sometimes. You know what I'm saying, ladies? And I'm not supposed to eat any corn, wheat, gluten, any grains, things like that. So it's very hard for me to find something that is crunchy, because I used to be like I love popcorn. But it doesn't do well for me. I get very inflamed and achy. I have Hashimoto's. So I've been finding these new things like these vegetable chips and what are they? I think they're, I can't think of the name of them. But anyway, so you have to measure, because I'll tell you, these things might come in a smaller bag, and before you know it, you could have that whole darn thing eaten. Because I'll tell you, I like to drink it with my ice cold kombucha, so it's kind of similar to like chips and beer, which is like my favorite thing in the whole wide world, especially on a hot summer day. So measure your stuff, do your food diary, okay? And you're going to find some loopholes. I promise you. And, okay. So I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover, you guys. So I want to recap. You, don't need a gym. You just need to get started, okay? Then you can progress to a gym if you feel that you have gotten to a point where you want to, try different things, or try machines, or get a trainer or something like that. And I highly recommend a trainer. I was a trainer for many years. And I'll tell you, a trainer is not something that is, some people look at it as like, oh, she has a trainer. It's really not that. You know what I got most of about being a trainer was that it was the accountability that most people needed. And I also needed that individual time to help shift their mindset. And also, everybody is not, fitness is not a cookie cutter type of thing, so I was able to really individualize their needs, okay? So that could be something that you could eventually work yourself into if you feel that you want to get yourself to the next level. And make sure that you try different things. Be open to, go on Groupon. There's always different types of classes and yoga and things like that you can try. You might find that you have a new love for something. And then reevaluate your diet. Make sure that you do a little food journal so that you can find those little things, those little aha moments. And you could maybe even go as far as doing an elimination diet, but that's something that is, a little more intense. An elimination diet, bottom line, is you take stuff out of the diet, and you can Google it. You take stuff out of your diet, and then you gradually add back in, and then you notice if you have a sensitivity to a specific food. Okay, so that could help you out a lot. I know me, if I eat things like it was mentioned earlier, like the wheat, the gluten, the grains, the corn, sugar is horrendous. That's like, oh my gosh. If I eat those foods, it's like putting fuel on fire. And I wake up extremely achy and inflamed. And inflammation is, most people aren't really aware that when they have these discomforts or when they look puffy and things like that it's actually inflammation. You want to make sure that your diet is more alkaline than acidic. And Google that too, you guys. So if you also, yeah, exactly, sugar is terrible. Another thing too, you guys, make sure, I forgot to mention this earlier, gosh darn it, make sure that you subscribe to my weekly emails, which is, yes, oh, girlfriend, absolutely, you, my friend, definitely need to have a more alkaline diet. Listen, you guys, thefitygal.com, please subscribe. I send out weekly emails, and I also have a Facebook group that is called Living Well with the Fit Y Gal. I call myself the Fit Y Gal because I'm trying to combine my beauty and my love of fitness and living well together. If you are not a part of that group and you would like to be a part of that group, find it on Facebook. You can friend me or just find it. It's called Living Well with thefitygal, and I'll add you to it. It'll help you a lot. So yes, my friend, if you have the arthritis, and that's another thing, I'm going to talk about this really quick. Chances are your doctor didn't tell you anything about your diet. And those of you that might have fibromyalgia, which my sister and I both have, and she's on here, Sherby, I've been able to manage mine because I've been active. Yes, they're not going to tell you. They will not, because they're more science and they want to prescribe medicines and things like that. But I've been able to control my fibromyalgia a little bit better, but it has kind of popped up here and there. You know, like I have my flare-ups. And it's mostly when when I'm not on top of my diet. And my friends are like, oh my gosh, I'm so worried about you. Like, why are you so achy and da-da-da-da-da? Well, it's because of the foods I was putting in my mouth. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, I went to endocrinologist. They diagnosed with the Hashimoto's, but put me on medicine. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be on medicine. So I went to an internist. And not to get into boringness or anything like that, but I'm going to tell you, she was the one that said, shame on your endocrinologist for not telling you and basically confirming that when you eat those foods that I mentioned earlier, it's like putting gasoline on fire. So if you are somebody, and I'm not a doctor, okay, let's just get that straight, but I'm just sharing my experience. If you're somebody that has things like arthritis, fibromyalgia, maybe you have those things and are not even aware of it, you really need to focus on having an alkaline diet. So I have all that information in my Living Well group. It's somewhere, like if you're part of the group already, just kind of scroll down to the bottom because that was one of the first things that I had talked about. If not, and you want to be added, just make sure that you look it up and ask to join. So, okay, I could go on and on, you guys. I just love to share my information. I could go on and on, but I need to wrap it up so that I can do my 30-minute workout with you guys. So hopefully you'll be able to jump in. And if not, then do the rebroadcast, or you can always, like I said, you could go to catch.me, look up, yeah, absolutely, look up the thefitygal under catch.me, and you can find, thank you, Sherbs, you can find all of my workouts that I've been doing the last couple of months. I had to change my name because before it wasn't attached to Twitter, hence wasn't able to get on catch.me. So, okay guys, thanks for joining. It was nice spending time with you today, and I'll see you